Hey guys, and welcome back to RambleLyf. Well, why are we out here in the wilderness, you might ask? Well, this is the location for my future main base I'm going to build here. And we've spent the first 4 episodes in Spawn Town just working on some community stuff in the first episode, and then basically just building up my plot over there. So I think it's time to start slowly preparing this area for what I want to build here. I need to do a lot of cleaning up, taking down a bunch of trees, filling in some holes everywhere, just evening out the whole terrain a little bit, and start preparing the site for my main build I'm going to build there. But there's something else I want to do first, and that is create a little bit of a quicker access to this place from spawn. Because spawn is over there and it's almost entirely accessible by boat, except for a few little bumps it's a few little bits of terrain you have to traverse. First one being here. So then we need to break our boat, climb through some bushes and stuff, and then go back in the boat, and a little bit further there's even more terrain. And this part here is easy just to carve out. I can just make a little bit of a connection between the two rivers. But a little bit further here... Oh, the sheep is still trying to swim. Is a whole bunch of more terrain, and it's pretty high. So I was thinking actually of building a tunnel through there. It's right... yeah. Over there. You see, it goes way up. So if we just dig down through here, then we can connect to the other river. Because if you follow me here, you just walk up all the way and yep, then we go through here. And then the river continues here. So I basically need to figure out exactly how to do this. I can build just a straight diagonal tunnel, I guess, from here, and it will end up here, or go a little bit like this. I start digging under this birch tree. Let's see, what tree was it? Yes, this tree. If I start digging here and I just go diagonally, then we should end up in the right place. So we can just try and do that. Let's see if we indeed end up at the right spot. I think that will be easiest to do, just have a diagonal tunnel instead of like a curved. The curved one is, of course, looks a little bit nicer, but the diagonal one is easier and quicker to bow through, and maybe a little bit easier to decorate as well, because of course I wanted to make it look a little bit nice as well. So we'll just see where we end up. Hopefully I'm going into the right direction here. Okay, I'm sorry it's really dark. I can just put down a torch maybe. Which I should do. Oh, ding, 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 ding. Anyway. So let's see. I also need to watch out for my pig because it's almost gone. Should be almost there, I think. I'm guessing, well, I'm assuming the water levels are the same. I'm I'm at 63. Water is always at 64, I think, or something. Aha. Looks pretty perfect to me. Excellent. Okay, let me do some digging here. And then I'll be back once we have a little bit of a tunnel. And then we can perhaps just decorate it together. See what we come up with. Make it look a little bit nice. But I'm gonna do some digging. See you soon. Okay, so I did a little bit of digging, as you can see. And while I was digging, I actually decided that I want to keep it like just natural looking. So I randomized the digging a little bit and put some slabs in here and there and just, yeah, make it look like a natural cave a little bit. Even though it's straight, it looks nice, I think. It works perfectly. And the only thing I wanted to do, I brought some oak logs and some lanterns. So I think I want to put in a little bit of a sort of support beam here and there, maybe. Just a beam people put up to make it structurally a little bit more safe, I guess. Maybe even a beam going across in places. Just to have it, give it a little bit more variation, but not too much. Just can see how this looks if I do something like this here. Yeah, just here and there a little bit, some cross beams. Give it a little bit of support. So I think we can just do that. I don't want to have it end up like on a block, so it needs to look like it's cutting through. Yeah, it gives a little bit of a color variation as well. So let me just do this a little bit and then see how it goes. Let's see, this is maybe a good spot as well. And then I need to take out the torches and look at the light levels and see where I should hang up some lanterns in the ceiling. I just place a little lantern here and there. Could even... Okay, let's do just a few and then we can place a few also on the ground, I guess. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. It's a little bit of an ambience. And then I just need to fill in the water. Turn this off again. Somebody's sleeping, so this is good. So if I just break... Wait, let me get a bucket first. I think I should have a bucket in here. Yes. A bucket with water. You just break these blocks here. And then... start filling in. Okay, so I decided to make it one deeper. And it is functional. It is maybe a little bit bumpy, but we can easily go through, even though it's not really that fast. Maybe I should widen it a little bit more here and there. Let's see, what are the places that are a little bit hard to get through? You have a little bit of a bump here and there. You just need to be able to steer, right? But yeah, it's okay. It's not too bad. At least I'm not bumping in the wall as much anymore. I think we'll leave it at that for now. So now we have this part. So first thing I need to do is just get rid of all the bushes and at least this tree. This gigantic oak tree. Okay, let's go. A little bit more bushes around here. Tiny little jungle trees. And then we just start digging. You just dig straight. I mean, it must be at least 3 wide, so... I think this doesn't look too bad. I just need my bucket. And then we can just fill it in. We can make it go around a little bit more here. Let's get in that boat. And I'm sorry for all the mess, but... now we can sail from my new base area all the way home without having to get out of the boat. Alright, very good. That was much better. Now I can get back and forth, because I probably need to go back and forth a lot to carry stuff and to bring stuff back and whatnot. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we go and work a little bit on this area and remove the trees and just prepare this land here for my builds. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of work and then we'll see how it turns out and what we can do after that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have been doing a lot of landscaping here, clearing out a lot, as you have seen. So this place looks much more ready to start actually building. I cleared a big space up there for the main base, and I have big plans, so I need a lot of space, but the main building is going to go up here, and there will be some stairs leading down, because I want this to be a little bit higher than the village. It's like the castle, if you will, of the village. So yeah, I'm looking forward to start here and to see how it will turn out in the end. Of course, this is going to be a long project that I'll probably never will stop working on. But it looks good now, it looks much better. But there's one thing, before I start building, this is going to take a lot of materials, and especially a lot of wood, but also all sorts of other materials. So I don't really want to go out in the world or plant trees and chop them down and plant trees. So first thing I want to do is to build some farms. And first thing, I want to build a tree farm that I can just easily get a lot of wood from. And of course, a tree farm needs a bone meal, so I want also to build a moss farm and bone meal farm. It's nice to have a lot of moss just for landscaping and stuff. And you get the bone meal, and you get the wood from the tree farm, right? We need to find a place. I just want to build the farms a little bit on the side. Oops. And then eventually, of course, I'm gonna build a nice building around it. But first of all, it's gonna look a little bit like a construction site maybe, but that's important because I need a whole bunch of stuff. So I need to figure out a little bit what I need, but first and foremost, it's the tree, the wood I need, because there's a lot of wood going into these buildings here I want to do, since I want to build a more traditional Japanese style, and yeah, traditional style, medieval style, whatever you want to call it, involves a lot of wood. So I think I'm gonna make some space here and then build us some farms. Alright guys, so I've been busy. I've been building a couple of farms. I also made an access to them here, because I built them a little bit to the side, because as you can see, there's a wood farm here, a tree farm, which is pretty high. And of course I want to build a building around it, and I don't want a big building somewhere in the middle. So we can go and have a look. There's two farms here. There's a moss farm, standard moss farm with stone generators and bone meal that's getting fed into the moss block there, which will spread through the stone and then is harvested. All the items get flushed to one side through these hoppers, and they will end up here partially in the composters and then being fed up again through the elevator, and the rest is being put here in this barrel. Also, it produces a lot of moss, obviously, and a little bit of azaleas. And then we have the tree farm. Tree farm with a TNT duper and a place to plant saplings and bone meal them. So the player just stands here and then gets fed bone meal via this chest and this dispenser. Bone meals plants the saplings and bone meals them, and then all the items will be flushed down in that hole. They will come up through an item elevator. The saplings get into the player's inventory, So there's always saplings and bone meal, and the rest gets flushed out here into these chests. So we have the wood and the sticks and the rest of the saplings. Pretty good farm, but it eats through bone meal. And this thing doesn't really produce enough bone meal to sustain a good session of log producing, so to speak. So I decided that I want to build a mob farm as well. So I actually did. Pretty big build, pretty hefty mob farm, produces about 5 double chests of loot per hour. And of course we need gunpowder at one point when we get to our wings to make rockets and arrows to shoot with, and bone meal, especially bone meal for the tree farm. And yeah, it was a fun build. Spent a couple of hours on it, but it works really good. It works, and I'm really happy with it. Of course, all the farms here, the mob farm, the moss farm, and the tree farm, are not my design. So I will leave a link in the description to the makers of these farms. Of course, if you want to check it out or build them yourselves, and I think we should give credit to these people because they did all the work and we are profiting from it. So anyway, we've been busy building some farms, doing a whole bunch of landscaping around here. So I think we're gonna leave it for here. I want to start building soon as well. So we'll see how that goes. That is gonna take a few episodes because it's a big build. And it's nice to just take it easy and just tinker around with it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what this area will bring. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.